welcome to Asha Media TV. My name is Asha, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where I like to watch and react and review a variety of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I am happy to announce that I'm going to be watching and reacting and reviewing somewhat, or more or less giving you my takeaways, that's how I like to put it, about episode 1 of the first season of Loki. But before I get to pressing play on this episode, let me just quickly cover some basic stuff for those of you that are new to my channel. Listen up. Number 1, this is a spoiler-filled reaction. There are spoilers ahead related to this episode, as perhaps even related to other MCU properties to which Loki has been featured. So if you haven't watched any MCU-related movie where Loki has been in it or referred to, I don't suggest you watch this video because I might spoil something for you. So spoilers ahead related to the MCU, related to Loki, you've been warned. And number 2, if by any chance you've come across other videos on my channel where you saw me showing video footage and clips of the episode, I no longer provide those kinds of reactions here on YouTube. Instead, I offer a watch-along experience. So you have to get access to the episode on your end, while I have it on my end, and we sync up together using my visual and vocal cues that I provide for you, and we watch the episode together, so to speak. However, I do offer a more stress-free experience in watching me react to this episode with bonus content and extra perks. If you want more information about that, check out the details in the description box below. And lastly, since this is a comic book related property, I have for you my Normies disclaimer that I put up for everything related to comic books. It just pretty much tells you that I'm what's considered a normie. I am not familiar with the source material, although apparently, according to Kevin Feige, that's not really an issue anymore with the MCU, but nonetheless, I'm letting you know I'm not familiar with the Thor comics or the Loki comics or anything like that. So anything referred in this episode that I get wrong or I misinterpret or whatever it is related to the source material, please take it easy on me in the comments. You're welcome to leave me some information that helps me clarify things about this episode. That's fine. Just please be respectful and courteous and understand that I'm a normie. It makes a difference. Alright, so I've covered all the basic stuff with any newbies to my channel. Let's get ready to watch this episode. If not, you are more than welcome to explore the timestamps in the description box and go wherever you want in this video, but I'm ready to watch episode 1, titled Glorious Purpose. Like, how perfect of a title is that for Loki? I'm going to be honest right now, Loki is my favorite thus far in the MCU, right? I'm a normie, I don't read the comics. So in the cinematic world of things, Loki is my personal favorite villain. Of course, runner-up is Thanos, but Loki wins it for me. So I'm very excited to watch Tom Hiddleston bring this character to life, and all the other actors bring this whole story narrative of Loki and what thereof in the Marvel Universe that apparently is going to lead into Phase 4 and all that. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. Hello. So I'm going to give you a quick overview as to how my watch-along process works so you know what to expect. Now, I'm assuming you're going to be following along with me with your copy of this episode from Disney Plus. I almost said Amazon, but it's Disney Plus. So that's where I'm streaming from, obviously. And I line up right at the beginning. And I will put a visual cue for you to see, as well as you'll get my vocal cue when I press play, pause, or rewind. And I will tend to pause for 3 reasons. Number 1, if there's any buffering or lagging issues. Number 2, to rewind somewhere in the scene to check something out. And number 3, to have a commentary moment with you, my viewer, you know, somewhat of a tete-a-tete, especially if it's going to be a mind-blowing experience, or I'm really confused and I don't want to forget my thoughts for the review portion. So yeah, just look out for that kind of, those reasons for pausing. Lastly, as well, what you'll see on the screen is I will put some extra tools, so to speak, for you to be able to follow along as easily as possible and as safely as possible that I can upload on YouTube for your viewing pleasure or viewing experience watching along with me. Again, as a reminder, if you want a more stress-free way to watch me react to this episode with bonus content, check out the details in the description box below. It's absolutely free for 30 days, free to explore. Got nothing to lose. Just saying. All right. So, yeah. Hopefully that's easy peasy nonetheless. So let's get to watching episode 1. All right, so I am ready to count down to play, and hopefully you're ready to do so too. And I just want to give you a quick disclaimer that I have not watched anything but the actual trailer that came out a few weeks ago. I have not seen any extra, breakdown tidbits, that's non-spoiler, obviously. So if there's something there that I'm very shocked by and you're like, well, that was in Emergency Awesome's recent video notation or something, I have not watched it, although I love that channel. So, just so you know that. Okay, let's go. Counting down, I'm at 0000, and I'm quite surprised. Wow, 51 minutes altogether. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. Of course, New York City. Oh, wow. Okay, so they really are starting from that point. Well, I guess it makes sense. If you're brand new to this, you'd want to know where it started. I love this scene. I remember being so shocked, like, oh my gosh, that Loki would end up getting the Tesseract. Yeah. It's all Hulk's fault. Blame Hulk. All right, here we go. Here we go. Skip intro. Nah. Let's see their intro. Not much different than what it was before, except for the music. Yeah, the green is nice. I even put some green in my eyes just to kind of, I don't know, commemorate my love for Loki. That's a beautiful visual, wow. Gobi Desert, Mongolia. Looks like great real estate. Soon enough, I guess. At some point in the future, maybe. I almost want to say an Anakin line right now. With all that sand. Hey, what up? Of course. Glorious purpose. I love how that's his go-to line, like the moment he sees anybody he could possibly subjugate. Eh? Variant. That's cool. That's when slow-mo works out. Look at that. 1/16 speed. That's amazing. I love it. I need me a weapon like that. Reset, so... So what, these people would have never seen him kind of thing? They're gonna MIB them? Okay. Variant scroll. Oh, come on, Loki. Why would you tell him? You never know. Sounds dumb. Okay, maybe not. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's a scary, smiley robot. Okay. Oh, kitty. What's the job application process like to work at these places? Or at a place like this? Keep talking. I would not want this guy's job. A dark and danky place, though, like... Jeez, not even a window. Well, you can't deny it's not efficient. I guess so. That's scary, though. And he's unsure. Is that his mugshot? How many times a day these people do this? It's so commonplace. Oh my gosh, it's like going to the DMV on lockdown. And you literally have to take that ticket and you're like the only one there. Follow the lines. The sacred timeline, okay. I love this old school animation. Nexus, okay. Okay. That's an awesome intro, though. For all time, always. I love that. That's pretty awesome. What? So, whoa. Okay. So they disintegrate you? For like that kind of offense? Alright. That's pretty, creepy, actually. It's dark. I don't know how to say that. En Provence, France? Not that great, though. In French, anyway. The devil. LOKI 1x1. He is a smooth operator, on. What they did was supposed to happen. That actress playing the judge lady, I can't remember her name, but it's my first time hearing her with an American accent. She's a Brit, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, that looks really embarrassing. It's weird to hear him be called Mr. Lafison. Oh man, Owen Wilson, I've missed him. It's been a while since I've seen him. I forget this is not the Loki from Ragnarok. It's a whole nother Loki. That's visually appealing. This is all just science. Wow, it's a lot of detail. Oh boy. The nightmare department. I would not want to see it. That's where you just were? Nope. Children and dogs. Huh. So are they implying destiny of some sort? What is he drinking? Pussycat. Mm. Hmm. 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 All right, so he's trying to explore whatever potential Loki could have to give him a different purpose. That's what I'm interpreting so far. That is freaking amazing! Yo! Marvel Studios, you did not spare any expense. Oh boy. Some kind of cola? Liberator. Oh, I like that. Okay. What's it say? Oh my gosh. So we're gonna go back to stuff he's done. That's awesome. He stole money? What would he need it for? Oh my gosh. Hmm. Footnote to my ascent. Oh, they're gonna show him future stuff. Ooh. This is so fascinating on a philosophical level. Oh no. How did he escape that? Oh, he took the little mechanism thingy? Oh! Well, he did tell you he was smart. So is he just gonna try to escape this place and the whole series is them chasing him down? Prune on sight. What's a fish? Oh, they're made there. Okay. Like literally. Really? Like, huh? So are they like invalid in that, or powerless in that realm? So he's realizing it's all like, yeah, because nothing has no relevance here, no meaning. It's just stuff, part of time. Don't worry, Casey. You're okay. Casey. I love the style of everything. It's just so... Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'll save a lot of my thoughts for a review part. The only person he cares about is his mom. What's he gonna do? This is amazing. Oh, and he sees this. Oh, right, because he doesn't know. This Loki doesn't know. Endgame and all that. Look at his face! Yeah. It wasn't fun to watch as a viewer. It ain't fun for you, huh, Loki? Well, now he sees it was all for nothing. He ended up dying. End of file. Oh no. He is a quick learner. God damn, he's quick. For real. Alright, I'm calling it. Loki's gonna rule this place. That's probably gonna be like the... I wouldn't be surprised if that's the end of the series. Like, he rules the TVA. Oh, it's terrible. So, where is she? Okay, she's alright. I'm hanging on to the Tesseract like it's life. That's all he ever had his mind on. great. Gotta hunch yourself. Well, makes sense though. Makes sense. Salina, Oklahoma, 1858. So a different version of himself, it seems. Well, obviously. It's not worth the paperwork. The things people don't do just because they don't want to fill out paperwork. So that's the other bad Loki. No resetting that time. Okay, so this is a Loki that doesn't want time to be reset whenever there's a variant change. Oh, is it done? Oh my gosh! Wow! Okay, that went by so quickly! I want to see more. Let me just kind of take a look at this, though. Oh, Tom Hiddleston's an executive producer on there, too. That's good. Kablooey! Is that a real gum? I don't think so, huh? Then again, I don't know all the gums out there in the world. Loki. I normally never watch like credits of the end of a show, but this is just so compelling. Just all these little details and nuts and stuff. So you're a variant. There's almost a Twilight Zone vibe too. It's pretty interesting. All right, that's it. Fantastic. Wow. Very impressed. And I'll let you know my top 3 things I am impressed with in just a moment. Woo! All I can say is I'm very relieved because this show is, in my opinion, so far, anyway, first episode, definitely going to be very enjoyable for people like me who are Loki fans. There's so much I think they're going to be putting forward. Then again, I'm terrible with predictions, so take my predictions with a grain of, or not even a grain, like half a grain, like a quarter of a grain of salt, okay? I never get my predictions right. If you want to know how bad it can get, check out my reactions to WandaVision. All right. But when it comes to this particular show so far, I'm very impressed. And I'm going to keep it very simple because I'm a normie. Like I said, I don't know how the comics stuff goes when it comes to Loki. I just know what I'm seeing from the MCU in the mainstream, okay? So how I like to do my review portion of my reaction videos is start with anything I did not like outright, and then move into things that just confused me or disappointed me, and then end off with my top 3 takeaways, things that I really enjoyed from this particular episode. Now, in terms of anything I didn't like at all, nothing in particular stands out. In terms of anything I'm confused about, I think it's still too early for me because I'm confused on everything, really. And I think that's deliberate because it's the first episode, right? So I can't really pinpoint anything in particular. Therefore, that leaves me with my takeaways from this episode. Right off the bat, let me just tell you right now that what will always be a takeaway, and hence I will not repeat it in subsequent videos, will be Tom Hiddleston's performance as Loki. He has never disappointed me. I highly doubt he's going to disappoint me in this series. So that will always be a forever takeaway, okay? Therefore, I won't mention any further. Tom Hiddleston is already the biggest takeaway from this whole show. And I think I could easily add to that, performances all around will likely be stellar in this series, so I won't mention it as well. Owen Wilson's fantastic. All the other supporting cast are fantastic. So I think it's fair to say that performance is already a takeaway too. So I won't repeat that. Which leads me to my first takeaway that I'll likely just say this one time just because it's the first episode, but I'm pretty sure that I won't need to repeat it again because it looks like that's going to be a staple thing in this series, and that is the visual, the aesthetics, the style. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love looking at the components that are reminiscent of different periods of time, all kind of mashed up into one scene. This is one of those shows that I would actually take time out of my day to look at every single detail in the frame. Now, I ain't got that kind of time, but if I did, I would do that. I can go on and on and on, and I highly doubt you want me to do that. So let me just flat out say that the visual aesthetics from this series, as I've seen it thus far, from the first episode, is truly impressive. And my second takeaway from this episode, believe it or not, it's the pacing of this episode. I was really surprised at the beginning, before I pressed play, that this was about 51 minutes and change. And I was like, okay, hopefully it doesn't feel like an hour long. And it certainly did not. That when it ended, I was like, how could this be over? I want to see more. And that is a testament to fantastic action that was at a very viewer-friendly pace. That's the only way I can describe it. And so for me, I have to put that as a takeaway because first impressions last a lifetime. And I would have hated to watch this episode as my first introduction to Loki and then be kind of like, all right, are they almost done? You know, let's move it along. No dialogue was wasted. In fact, if anything, I would say I wanted to see more, especially between Loki and Morbius. And so with that, kudos to the director, the editor, everybody involved in chopping up this particular episode and giving me this as a final product. The pacing was just fantastic. And with an amazing score added on top of it for every single sequence, I can't complain. And my last takeaway from this episode, which I'm very relieved to see. And for those of you that may not have watched my reaction part of this video, I'm just going to quickly let you know before I tell you what my takeaway is. I had not watched any breakdown videos or non-spoiler reviews about this show, so I did not know really what the narrative was going to be, what's the full plot. And so now, having just watched this episode with no preconceived understanding of anything, I'm so relieved that the person that Loki is going to go off to hunt or help the TVA to hunt down is a version of himself, a variant of himself. And the reason that I'm so happy and somewhat relieved that that's where I think it's going, right, is because they spent most of this episode exploring the psychology of the Loki that we've come to know up until this point. And then watching this Loki watch what happens to the rest of his timeline and then now he's somewhat in this bubble and perhaps make a different choice that will create a different timeline for him. And what I think, my 2 cents on this, I think it's going to be a new timeline that will be approved by the TVA gods, okay? And we're going to get a completely different Loki for phase 4. So overall, I'm just so excited that it's not only just going to be about this Loki that we're going to go on a journey with, but simultaneously we'll be going on a journey with a variant of Loki that he's going to be chasing down. And I don't know what could be more exciting than that. Personally, I'm glad they decided to go this route because I just feel that there's just so much for us to learn about the Loki character. I mean, Loki's the god of mischief, and apparently Loki is depicted in various forms, and I think we're going to be exploring that in this particular series. So all the more it's called Loki, why not it be all about Loki? In any case, there you have it. That is my reaction and my takeaways from the first episode of the first season and maybe the last season. Not sure how that's going to go. I got to go check out some details about that in the entertainment news world, but there you have it. That's what I got for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, the best way you can show me is by following those prompts that you see there at the bottom right of the screen. I know you see them. Just follow them. Right here. Thank you so much for watching, and until episode 2, I'm Asha, tuning out. Bye, people. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.